Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Raine Plays. Today I'm going to be in Brindleton Bay. This is my very first time here, but real quick I wanted to show you. I think I fixed this, but you're going to see this type of ugliness in the video as well, I'm afraid. I'm very sorry about that. But I think I fixed that overbright issue. So, I came here sight unseen. I didn't really know where to go. I always check pricing, and that way I know which area is the lowest as opposed to the highest. And I always start in a low area and work my way up. I probably made a mistake here, I'm not sure, but this is built and decorated as sparsely as Windenburg houses. I know a lot of people get upset about that kind of stuff. I don't really. I see mistakes, especially on the front porch. That drove me nuts. I don't know what happened with the clipping on the roof, but I fixed it, I hope. I fixed it to my best ability. The other thing, too, about the build, I didn't want to deviate from what is already there. I just wanted to improve on it just this time around, because when I go into things unknown for the first time, I don't know. My mind is afraid to take leaps. So I stick with what's there and I just kind of hopefully improve on it. And then when I get more comfortable with this world, I'll do whatever I want. I don't care. The other thing too, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I'm always afraid to go against the norm. And this neighborhood, this world, is a bit Cape Codish. Massachusetts, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I've never been on the east coast of our country, but that seems to be the vibe. So I don't want to build like my favorite, contemporary, cube, big, clear windows, no curtains. Not the first time anyway. But I won't mind later on coming back and building a Frank Lloyd Wright. That doesn't bother me at all. It just does now. The railings for this pack that is just ugly. The first thing I thought when I saw it up there is, why do they have a baby railing? Why are they... It looked like baby railing to me, so... But anyway, it's not so much about this build. I'm really, really excited, surprisingly, for this new Eco Pack. I'm a lot more excited about this than the knitting thing. The knitting thing is just not doing anything for me. But this Eco Pack looks exciting. It looks interesting. I just still don't know how I feel about living in a polluted neighborhood. I know you don't have to. I don't know how I feel about junk being everywhere. And I don't know can you clean that up, or does it disappear after you've improved the community? Well, I know it does that, but having it on the ground, maybe you can rummage for parts or stuff. That would be a good thing. But just having it there kind of irks me. But that's just the overly obsessive me. Now, this thing here on the porch, I shouldn't do that because for whatever reason, I'm using new everything. Well, not everything. I'm using new editing software. I hope you can tell. But it's doing the same thing that my old editing software did. And that is when you speed up the video, it ticks instead of it just plays. And that messes with my audio. Which, by the way, didn't work. I had to reinstall it twice, Audacity. The other one they recommend is GarageBand, but that's for an Apple or an iPhone or something. I have an iPhone, but that's not what I record on. So I stuck to Audacity. Hopefully it works. And again, I want to apologize for this overly bright. It's like, I think you'll see it when I do the after walkthrough, but you can kind of tell with the white lines. There's just like an overly bright jaggedness to it. You'll see it on the trees and stuff. And then at the beginning when I showed you the words, it just hurt my eyes. But I lowered something. I can't remember what it was called. I just turned it down to really low because that was the factory setting. And I just don't like it. But at least I finally figured out how to do it. So hopefully subsequent videos will look a little bit better. And I mentioned, I think in my last video, that Sims Auto set my settings to ultra. Now this is something that I'm not gonna mess with, but anyway, the kitchen build here, it's just sticking and I don't know why. I hope it doesn't look too bad in the playback. Well, I am playing it back and it's still sticking, so I'm worried about it. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, back to the Eco. I'm so horrible with names. Anyway, it's the Eco pack that's coming out in June. Actually, next week, I think. It just looks really fun. It looks like a fun thing to play through. And that says a lot. Especially for me, because I'm really not into pack playthroughs. Well, I shouldn't say that, because with Get to Work, I know a lot of people dog it, and I know a lot of people don't care for it. But I liked playing the scientist's career. I tried the detective and I tried the doctor, and of course that was using my old system, and it was just so doggy that I just quit. So now that I have this new system, I can probably go back and try those. I just never get a chance to because all I'm doing is making build videos. Oh, that was the other thing. I had said in my last video that I was thinking about doing Twitch now that I have this updated system, and it's moot because oh boy, is it FPS speed? Upload, download for the internet, upload speed, download speed. You're supposed to test it and then have it. Half of what your speed result is what you're supposed to select for Twitch. And you know what my upload speed is? 5.65. How are you supposed to half that? Most people's speed is at least 30. Mine's 5. So that's just another reason why things look horrific. It's sad, I'll tell you that much, but I thought I had a lot to talk about, and my mind is going blank. I had to close the window. It's going to be really sticky and hot here for the next couple of days, so the neighbors are out banging around and screaming kids and barking dogs and lawnmowers and leaf blowers and weed cutters. Every time I tried to start this audio, something else was going on, so I just closed the window. But I'll survive. I'm more affected by cold than heat. I don't mind heat at all, but I can't stand the cold. Ooh, that was a weather report. Sorry. There was something else. I guess I'll have to add. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't have my audio files anymore. They're on my old computer. And that's the other thing. I don't know why I didn't check, but there's no DVD player with the computer. So I have no idea how to, well, I suppose I could use a USB transfer files. But I was hoping to watch movies and stuff. No, I don't have Netflix. I was never interested in Netflix because I'm not a fan of Hollywood movies. Never was. I like the James Bond series, Marvel Comics. But if I'm going to watch a movie, it's going to be old black and white. From the 30s and the 40s. I love those. That I'll watch, so. And I doubt Netflix offers those. And then I think I've mentioned before that I'm really into Asian dramas. So I have Vicky for that. I have a 1-year pass, and they show all kinds of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean movies and dramas on that channel. No interruptions or anything like that, so I don't need Netflix. But yeah, not having a DVD driver, it's kind of weird. I'll have to go out and buy a USB. Well, speaking of going out, the governor of our state has extended the lockdown. Why am I having difficulty with this? The stay-at-home order through June 12th, but she's slowly letting businesses open up. So like up north, this is the weekend here where a lot of people go up north and open up their cabins or just stay. So she gave permission for them to do that, but down here, nobody can do anything until the 12th of June. Although the farmers market is open this weekend because it's Memorial Weekend. Happy Memorial Weekend if you're watching this. But the farmers market is outdoor, it's open. But everybody has to wear masks still and stay 6 feet apart, which is why I'm mentioning that. There's people still aren't doing it. Less and less people are wearing a mask, and even less people are keeping a safe distance from me. And it's very upsetting because I'm not the type. I'm the type who can complain about it to you, but I'm not the type who can complain about it to somebody's face. And that's always upset me. I've always felt like a weak, spineless creature who can't stick up for herself, but that's just how it is. So I kind of recoil. And if I do, I try to be as polite as I can. It's like holding doors open for me when they've never done it before, or I'm standing in line to pay and someone just stands directly behind me and they're not even wearing a mask or gloves. And my skin just crawls. And I want to turn around and say, "Excuse me, would you back up?" But I can't. And so I just stand there cringing and being internally angry because I don't have the guts to say, "Will you get a brain?" It's happening more and more frequently. And most of the time, it's workers. Today at the 7-Eleven, it was somebody who had to fix one of the refrigeration units. And I was pouring my pop, and I'm not exaggerating, he was less than 2 feet behind me, just standing, hovering over me. So I turned around, and he goes, "I need to get to that machine." And I'm like, and? I was pouring my pop. What did you want me to do? Just stop? And I said, well, yeah, okay. And he goes, "Yeah, that machine." Like, now? So I just turned around and I took my time, pressed the button, let it run a little bit. Yes. Yeah, what is that called? Passive aggressive. I know, it's bad. What can I say? But they're bad too. So I don't know that my passive aggressive behavior is any worse, if not better. You know what I mean? Oh, it doesn't make any sense. I don't even know what I just said, but in the height of this, it was much easier to go out than it is now. And I have heard conflicting reports about whether or not it dies in heat or if it just continues to thrive in heat. I'm up in the air about it, so I don't know. But from a majority of what I've heard, it's going to die down in the summer and then reemerge in the fall when it gets colder. So, but it's not that warm here, It's been in the 40s and the 50s, but then tomorrow and Monday it's going to be close to 90, but then it's going to go back into the 60s. So, I don't know. I just feel much safer wearing a mask and gloves and carrying my disinfecting wipes. I hold a disinfectant wipe to open doors and press buttons and touch packages and items, I'm going to continue to do that. Also, I noticed too that I love being incognito. I know they say that's true for most people. The minute you put on a mask, your personality changes. I don't know that my personality changes. I just feel much more comfortable in public wearing a mask. I can smile. I've always talked to strangers, though. I've always said hello. If we make eye contact, I smile a lot, but I feel much more comfortable wearing a mask and sunglasses. Hiding from the world is my thing, I guess. This is kind of sad because I knew it. I knew this would happen. I spent all that money on better equipment. I actually paid good money for the editing software, and this is the result. Just tick, 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 tick. I have no idea what's happening here. Now it's pretty. Now it looks absolutely fine. So what was that all about? But I'm using Filmora 9. I've been watching videos on this and a couple others for months. Actually, it's probably more like going on a year now, studying it and rewatching the same videos so that I feel comfortable enough to make a decision. And this one was the most intuitive, so I bought it. It has a bunch. Here's the thing: transitions. Do people even do video transitions anymore? I think most of this is for people who make home movies. Do people put home movies on YouTube? I wouldn't know because I don't search that kind of stuff out. I suppose families with kids but that would be private, right? You'd privatize the video so that only relatives can see it. But it seems like a majority of these editing software are geared toward people like that who make live shot videos either using a GoPro or a camera. I don't even have a camera. I have a camera on my phone, but that's not why I bought the editing equipment. But I guess they aren't going to make editing software for Sims 4 speed builders. But anyway, this thing has so many transitions and effects, it's not funny. But there is a way to make beginning and ending screens, so I'm going to look into that more. But it looks like I get to stop here, so I will say thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, please click the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.